Now, if there's one theme that has emerged during the COVID-19 crisis, it's the sense that this experience is something that we're all going through together. And social media is that tool that has allowed us to gain information swiftly, as well as to share our personal experiences in real time. Now, the app that definitely is in the lead and has its pulse on everything that's happening is definitely Twitter. And right now, we're being joined by Barry Collins, Twitter's Director of Sales for Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, to share more on Twitter's role as the entire world has become impacted by the coronavirus. Barry, thank you very much for joining us. We really do appreciate it.
No problem. Good morning.
Now, let's quickly take a look at the Twitter world right now. We always know that we can rely on Twitter to understand exactly what people's mindsets are, what they're experiencing. What have you been seeing on Twitter over the last couple of months as people around the world went into self-isolation and, of course, the lockdown?
Yeah, Twitter has always been the app that people use to find out what's happening in the world. And right now, obviously, COVID-19 and lockdowns is really what has been happening at the front of people's minds. So what we've seen in the last few months is we've seen a huge amount of growth in usage of Twitter around the world. We've added about 14 million new users every day using the platform. We really feel that Twitter is the place that people go to, both to find out what's happening about the situation, about COVID itself, but also to find some relief from all the stresses and strains associated with that.
Yeah, of course, we know there's a lot of that if you take a look at the meme streets on Twitter. But in terms of the conversation that's been going on around South Africa, what insights can you share with us about South Africa specifically?
Yeah, South Africans have always been, great users of Twitter in varying circumstances, and we've seen millions and millions of COVID-19 related tweets, and we're seeing lots of trends happening every day, like Stay Home SA, hashtag Lockdown SA, hashtag Demask, when the president was demonstrating how to put on a face mask was definitely one of the highlights. I think it brought a lot of humor and fun to a difficult circumstance. We're seeing a lot of thankfulness for frontline medical workers and frontline workers in general, so a lot of expressing of gratitude for those people. And then just we're seeing people reliving old memories, old sporting memories. So the Rugby World Cup, for instance, being replayed on TV there is evoking a lot of emotions. Feels like a long time ago. It's not actually that long ago, but certainly people love going back and reliving the experience that the Springboks had in Japan last summer.
Yeah, absolutely. What a wonderful time it was. Now, this is also an opportunity for organizations to really put through their authentic message and to really touch their target audience. So what South African organizations would you say are using Twitter effectively to that end during this time?
Yeah, I think the official channels are always the key channels here on Twitter. So we work closely with the official channels to ensure that the right information is being displayed in the most prominent places on Twitter. So we've obviously worked with the Department of Health and the Health Minister to make sure that their message is getting out, and we're also ensuring that the most relevant content from organizations like the World Health Organization is prominent at the top of everybody's timeline. So the official organizations are using Twitter as a way to get the right information out to everybody. And then similarly, we see brands also getting involved to try and support communities. We see brands showing you how to recreate their favorite menus, their menu items at home, and various other things. Now's the time for brands to be authentic and, just understand what people are going through and try to make that. This is the time to want to hear from brands about empathy and not being sold to.
Now, as you said earlier on, there are millions of new users coming onto the platform every day. So for those new users and even those that are maybe well-versed at Twitter, what would you say is the best way of following the latest news about COVID-19 when you get onto Twitter?
Yeah, so we've made it really easy for everybody. When you log into Twitter now, at the very top of your timeline, you will see an area dedicated to the latest official information from around South Africa and around the world on COVID-19.
If I could go off script just maybe for a little bit and ask you, because this is a time when people are looking for a little bit of comedic relief, some light entertainment. What would you say is your #1 account to follow on Twitter if you're looking to get a laugh, looking to de-stress a little bit from all of the horrific news that we're used to seeing every day? Do you have an account that you can suggest?
It's not, but there's not a specific account that I look at. I just love the ingenuity of people, and so it's more so the stuff that just bubbles up. Someone who just does something really bizarre. Commentary around dog racing. These marble races that are going on. I think that sort of clever, unexpected stuff is what kind of keeps me going in every day, and those daily memes just really kind of like keep me going.
All right, Barry, well, thanks very much for your time. We really appreciate you joining us to chat to us about the ongoings of Twitter. You have a lovely day. Thank you very much, Barry.
Great, thanks.
Here we go. Barry Collins, who's the Director of Sales for Twitter in Europe, Middle East and Africa, and of course cluing us in on exactly what is happening in the world of Twitter and what the world's response has been from a social media perspective on COVID-19.